Narasimha Parivrajacharya Astotrasta Shishmat His Divine Grace Abhay Janardhan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishwapad Prahamsa Parivrajacharya Astotrasta Shishmat His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Sarsi Thakur Maharaj Ki Anant Kori Vaishnavind Ki Namacharya Hridas Thakur Ki Prem Suru Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राध कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम मार्पनदी धाम की श्री श्री राधा माधव की all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Shri Bhadra Purnima ki, Shrimad Bhagavatam ki.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for everyone for joining pretty much on time. So we will proceed to the next program. We are going to hear glories of Srimad Bhagavatam from His Grace Gopal Hari Prabhu. I don't think Prabhu needs an introduction, but still we will say a few words. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for accepting to do the talk today and to inspire us to glorify Bhagavatam more. So Gopal Hari Prabhu is a professor in religion, and he has been practicing since he came to this world, since his birth. So he's been practicing Bhakti Yoga for quite a long time. And he lives here with Devi Murti Mataji, his wife, and two wonderful children. He has done a lot of services in different ISKCON communities. And as global ISKCON community, he's serving as a Shastrik Advisory Council member. We're very happy to have him here. We can say more, but obviously, you see that the time is not enough to glorify a Vaishnava who has given his life for this mission. So we'll just hear more from him. That's the best way to glorify also. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna Prabhu. So we can face that way.
Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to the Bhadra Purnima festival. Actually, Vangsidhar Prabhu and Shatarupa Mataji are doing so much wonderful service here. I feel embarrassed to be speaking when they are here. They should be giving the talk. Today is a very, very auspicious day. I think one of the most auspicious days of the year. So we will talk more about it. It's Bhadra Purnima. We'll start with just a short Jai Radha Madhav and then continue. Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavalabha. Jaya Girivara Dhari. Jaya Girivara Dhari. Jaya Yashoda Nandana. Jaya Braja Janaranjana. Jaya Yashoda. Jaya Yashoda Nandana. Jaya Braja Janaranjana. Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Kunj Bihari. Vanachari. Jaya Kunj Bihari. Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Kunj Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Kunj Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Jaya Radha, Madhava Radha, Madhava Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today is the day when the Srimad Bhagavatam says that if we give this as a gift to someone, if we give this Bhagavatam as a gift to someone else, then the benediction is that if you give this as a gift to someone, then we get to go back to Vaikuntha, the Lord's abode. Right? So why is it that this verse is there? Why is it that the Lord has given such a wonderful benediction? And how wonderful this Bhagavatam must be to give this benediction. So today we were out distributing some Bhagavatam sets. We went to a few homes, right? Many devotees went to different homes. And what is very apparent when you go to these homes is that people are so unhappy. Especially one home that we went to, I recall it's like probably $1 million house, very beautiful home. And externally, everything looks so beautiful. But you can see that internally, people are so unhappy. It's like, even in the community I live in, you see like half of the yards are not taken care of, and half of them are very nicely taken care of. So it's like, half of the yards, something is wrong, right? Either the husband has left or the wife has left. There's some, single parent who's raising the kids. And so they just couldn't care. They have a nice house, but it's all going, it's all not being maintained. So, it's just very realistic. We're not being pessimistic. It's realistic that there's so much pain, so much difficulty that people are going through in this life. And anyone can observe this. And what the modern civilization is very good at, it's very good at covering it, right? On the surface, it all looks very nice. On the surface, still all the lawns are mowed, all the weeds are taken out, but the substance is missing, right? So many people have told me, people who have greatly enjoyed this material life, and some of you, I'm sure, can also confirm it, that they told us that, why did you come to spiritual life? We asked them, why did you come to spiritual life? And they'll say, because material life is this shallow. I still remember one devotee told me that material life is just this shallow, and after a while you notice it. It's very nice superficially. It seems like water. But if you just go a little deep, you put your hand a little deep into it, you notice that it's very shallow, very shallow. So the question is, we're living in this world where there's so much difficulty, and we want to help people. The question is, we're in this world and there's so many challenges, and we want to help ourselves also, right? Not just we feel sorry for others, we sometimes feel sorry for ourselves. The challenges that we go through, and sometimes we find problems or situations that are unsolvable. Then what is the solution? What is the solution? How in this day and age do we help these people? What is the actual solution? Clearly, money is not the solution, because these people have no shortage of money. They have nice homes, they have nice cars, but still there's problems, right? So money is not the solution. Good healthcare is not the solution. They have good healthcare, the access to everything, all types of doctors, counselors, all these things. There's no solution, no material solution. Then what is the solution? The solution, Prabhupada says, always has to come from a higher consciousness than what created the problem. There's a certain problem that has been created, and the solution cannot be found with the same consciousness that created the problem. The solution must be found by a higher consciousness beyond that problem. So that solution in this day and age, the Srimad Bhagavatam says, is this Srimad Bhagavatam. This Srimad Bhagavatam is a solution to all of our material problems. And you might think that I'm overgeneralizing and saying a statement that can't be verified. But actually, if we read this Srimad Bhagavatam, if we study it, we will see that the solution to all of our problems, every problem in this material world, the solution can be found in the pages of the Srimad Bhagavatam. How is this possible? Because when the age of Kali was coming, and all the great sages, there were 80,000 sages assembled in the forest of Naimisharanya. 80,000 sages, imagine, so many, almost the size, half the size of Naperville. They're all assembled in the forest. And this fourth age, the age of Kali, was coming. And what is the quality of this age? This age has the influence that it brings about two things in particular. And these are the two things that I've been talking about and that we all know about. One is quarrel. This age is characterized by quarrel. So when Maharaj Yudhishthira was ruling this world, he was right at the end of Dwapar Yuga. Then he noticed that the age of Kali had come about. And as soon as it came, he thought, now it's time for me to go. Because the great sages, the saintly people, they don't like this age. This age is called the age of iron. And it's no coincidence that it's called the age of iron. Because in this day and age, we see that iron, cars, vehicles, iron buildings, iron everything. Iron is taking over the world. Computers, everything is about iron. And this iron has taken over the world. So this age of iron, when it was coming, then Yudhishthira Maharaj noticed something. And what was that something? The first thing that he noticed, that husband and wife were quarreling. And he was very surprised. It's like, really? Are they fighting? It's like, now we take it we take it for granted. Of course, this is a part of human life. But for him, it was a matter of shock that the husband and wife were quarreling. And what was the second thing that he saw? He saw that the dogs had started barking. So immediately he noticed that this is the age of quarrel. And what is not supposed to happen was happening. And the second thing is, it's the age of hypocrisy. So we find that even when people come to spiritual life, it's so difficult because there's so many pseudo-saints. And there's hypocrisy in this. So it's the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So when Maharaj Yudhishthira saw this coming, he became very afraid because he was concerned for the citizens. And he was thinking, what will happen now? This is unfortunate. How do we make the situation fortunate? So these sages, they had noticed the same thing. And so these sages, 80,000 sages, had sit in the forest to perform a very great sacrifice. Does anyone remember how long the sacrifice was? I don't remember actually. I'm trying to forget. 1,000 years? Yeah, okay, 1,000 years. It was a 1,000-year sacrifice. Imagine, that's a pretty long time, right? So they were obviously living for a much longer period of time in that time. And so the Bhagavatam describes this beautiful scene in the middle of the forest, 80,000 sages, a great sacrifice happening. And what is the purpose of their sacrifice? Their sacrifice, the purpose is, because the sages, their first quality is that they're very compassionate, right? Karuna, compassion, is the first quality of a great devotee. This is why the devotees, they work so hard. They have nothing to gain in this world, right? They don't need money, they don't need wealth, they don't need anything. So why are they working? Just for others, right? Their compassion. This was the quality of Lord Jesus Christ. Why he's so famous all over the world? Because he was so compassionate. He was working for the benefit of others. So like sages, they're there and they're doing this sacrifice to find an answer to this one question. How can the people of this day and age be brought to auspiciousness? How can we help them? And so their whole bodies are covered with soot, right? Their bodies become black by performing this sacrifice. And at the end of this sacrifice, the fruit of their sacrifice is what? The great sage, Shaunaka Rishi, comes to the scene. And when he comes, they can understand that he is being sent by the Lord. And this great sage, they seat him on the seat, and they ask him that, you are blessed with many years, and you have served your spiritual masters so nicely. So you please tell us, how in this day and age can people become fortunate? How can they be saved in this day and age? And then Shaunaka Rishi begins to narrate this great narration to all the sages that are present there. And what does he narrate? He narrates this Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by Shukadev Goswami to Maharaj Parikshit. And the Bhagavatam itself describes that as the Krishna sun disappeared, so Krishna came at the end of Dvapar Yuga, Krishna was on this planet. As he disappeared, what replaced Lord Krishna? It was this Srimad Bhagavatam that replaced Lord Krishna. So this Bhagavatam is actually the literary incarnation of the Lord in this day and age. So Krishna appears in every day and age, and we were just talking about how there's so many problems at this time. So much, every form of pain and suffering is there. Especially mental pain and suffering. People are suffering a lot in this day and age with this. So how has the Lord appeared? How are they all going to be helped in this day and age? That is through this Srimad